welcome to my channel. I'm Megan and this is Gizmo, and if you are new here, welcome and thank you for joining me. If you are returning for another video, thank you guys so much. So in this episode, we're going to do something a little fun that I've actually never done before, and it is my first tag on YouTube, which basically just means there's a couple questions that I actually got from my followers on Instagram and Facebook. Most of them are holiday related just because I let them know it was going to be for Vlogmas, but there were actually a couple for just random everyday questions that people had. So this is going to be exciting. I want to go ahead and answer these questions for you. Before I do, if you have not already, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. That way you do not miss any future videos to come and you can be one of my buds here on the channel. And let's go ahead and just jump into this. All right, so the first question is, what makes the holiday special for you or me? And for me, making the holiday special is really just all my family being able to be around. And I'm a huge gift giver, so I love to give things. As you guys know, if you watch the stocking stuffer ideas, I'm a huge custom person, so I love to give gifts that you're not just going to buy out of a store. They're customized with either people's kids with them on the picture of whatever it's getting made, or their pet, or something meaningful from somebody who may passed away, or just something that I know they're going to love. I'm really, really big into giving, you know, especially custom gifts. So having my family around and being able to give to people and see them so happy is really what makes the holiday special for me. What is my favorite holiday song? That, I think it changes. I always liked the Last Christmas song, The Last Christmas I Gave You My Heart song. And I think now that I've had my daughter, one that we've been listening to a lot is I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. And that's one of my new favorites this year. Okay, the next one was, do I have a favorite holiday makeup? I don't wear makeup, so I don't, I'm sorry, but I'd be interested if you guys do to drop your comments. What's your favorite makeup trend during the holidays? I'd always like to see people's makeup. I think it's beautiful and it's super creative and it's awesome that people can do makeup. I'm just not that talented and never got into it, so definitely drop yours below. Okay, the next question is, where do I usually spend the holidays? And the answer to that is just wherever my family is. So before I bought a home, I would usually spend it with my mom in the morning, or be at her house, and then in the afternoon with my dad. But I think this year we're going to be probably doing our Christmas here. To tag along that, our Christmas tradition has typically been, again, opening our gifts with my mom in the morning. And we would go to my dad's house and do a big lunch, and then we have a kind of different tradition, but in the afternoon we would come home and hang out with my mom. We would go to the movie theater and see a Christmas movie, and then we would go get Chinese food. So those are some fun traditions that we used to do as far as Christmas Day goes, and then we would normally spend the rest of the evening with my mom. But because I have a house now, I believe everybody will be coming here. So I think we're going to do Christmas morning here with my family and my daughter. And then when she leaves to go to her dad's house, I will probably end up going to my dad's house for a little bit. And because of COVID ruining the movie theater option for us this year, I think we're going to still order takeout for Chinese, and we are going to do an adult game night on Christmas night. So I'm excited about that. What are my Christmas essentials? I like this one because I'm not a winter girl at all. I hate the cold. I hate the snow, although it's beautiful. So my winter essentials are anything that's warm. I need scarves, I need hats, I need gloves, I need 7 jackets. I'm also a huge coffee person, so I stick with coffee and a lot of hot chocolate, especially now for my daughter. I'm really big on doing the Christmas movies and the movie night, so I would definitely say that's an essential for me, because I definitely make it a point to make sure my family and friends are able to come over and do things like that. And I also like to do more activities like game nights and sip and paints, so I think we're going to be able to say that's an essential as well, and we're definitely going to be doing that this year. Colorful lights or the white lights? I'm definitely a white light type of person. As you guys can see, the white lights are in my house, they're outside, they're on my tree. But I do like the color offset, so just different decorations to add some color to all the beautiful white lights that are sparkling. I just think it looks clean and it looks like snow, it looks like stars, and I enjoy that. I like that classic look. So this one was just share a family Christmas Eve tradition, and this has always been super fun for my family. So my mom every year has always, this just scared me, has always bought our Christmas Eve pajamas. So on Christmas Eve we all get to open one present, and it's always our pajamas. And recently she's been getting like the footsie pajamas and things like that. And we always watch Annabelle's Wish on Christmas, which is an animated movie about a cow who turns into a reindeer, and it was always one of our favorites growing up. So we do that, we make our cookies, and we actually just talked about this year starting a new tradition since I have my daughter. We're going to do that. Same thing, I really, really like that idea. And in the morning for Christmas, we're just going to kind of get up, and actually I'm going to get up super early and make a really big breakfast for everybody. I love cooking for people. That's one of my love languages. So I'll probably do that, make sure everybody has some coffee and probably mimosas. If you guys learn anything from my channel, we drink. We're a little drinking family. Not too bad, we're not addicted to it, but we do enjoy having some nice mixed drinks often. So we're big on the mimosas, and I think we'll do that for breakfast on Christmas morning. Okay, the last one I got about the holidays was what's my favorite holiday food? That's hard. Since I don't eat meat, I don't really eat any dairy, I don't eat a lot. So I think my favorite's gonna have to be, I really like green bean casserole and mashed potatoes. And I really recently got into sweet potatoes as well. So I think any potato, you can never go wrong with me. But I think those are my favorites. And then my favorite treat altogether, didn't really say for Christmas, but my favorite treat generally is Oreo cookies. I'm absolutely addicted. And tiramisu, which is an Italian dessert for those of you who don't know, but I absolutely love tiramisu. And before I went completely vegan, I was also doing flan, but I haven't figured out how to make a vegan flan yet. So once I do, and if you know it, drop that in the comments as well, because you will earn 10 cool points in my book. But that would go back to being one of my other ones that I like. Moving from the holiday questions, I had 4 other questions that were not holiday related, but I wanted to just answer because I appreciate you guys participating in the poll. So the first one is, what made you want to start YouTube? And I've actually been wanting to start YouTube for probably like 3 or 4 years. I just feel like I talk a lot and I have a lot to say. And I've also been through some pretty traumatic things in my life. I've been through a lot that have really just taught me valuable lessons that I really want to share with the community and anybody who wants to listen and who just feels like they need advice or a safe place to be or talk to or learn from. For those of you who don't know, before I started YouTube, I was doing just kind of like 1 to 2 minute videos on Facebook and Instagram, and they were really just like morning motivation, especially on Monday mornings, because I feel like everybody always needs that kick in the butt to have a good week instead of just setting themselves up for failure. So on Monday mornings, I would always do some short videos, just kind of reminding people of their worth and wishing them a great day. And the videos actually got really shared. They got really popular, way more than I expected. I really wasn't doing it to be popular. I wasn't doing it to get noticed or anything, but it really did pull in a lot of people, and a lot of people were saying that just the energy that they were getting from the videos and the positivity that they were getting from the videos really meant a lot to them. So I wanted to kind of bring it to a bigger platform to be able to show and have more people be able to receive that message. So that's really why I started YouTube, and I'm enjoying it no matter how big it grows or doesn't grow or whatever the case is. I do like YouTube. I like talking to people. Again, I have a big mouth, and I like being able to help where I can. So yes, that's how I started, and I appreciate everybody who has followed me and who has, really reached out and made me feel like what I'm doing is important. So I do appreciate you guys. All right, the next one was, what made you go vegan? So that's a good question. I actually have been a vegetarian for about 13, 14 years. It's been a long time since I had been vegetarian. And that came because my dad was a big old country boy, and when my parents were still together, he used to bring like cows and pigs home, like barely dead, and butcher them on my table. He would like hang the deer that he would hunt outside of my window and do all that crap, and it just made me so sick to my stomach. And honestly, I just did not like the taste of meat. I didn't care for it. The only thing I did eat before I went vegetarian was chicken. So I wasn't into like the pork chops. That made me want to die. That was so disgusting. I wasn't into ribs. I wasn't into steak, like nothing like that. So being vegetarian and going vegetarian was not a hard thing for me. It was super easy to just kind of say, I'm not going to do it. Well, towards the end of my pregnancy, dairy just started to absolutely disgust me the same way that meat did. So any sour cream, and I used to love sour cream, milk, even ice cream, and that was another one I loved. It just made me so sick to my stomach. I would physically throw up, but I also, thinking about it made me disgusted. And then I did more research. And for those of you who may be interested, definitely drop a comment below, and I would love to do a video about veganism. But long story short, it wasn't really just about disgust. It wasn't just about the animal cruelty, but it was also, on top of those things, it's so much better for the environment, because if you think about it, like so many fields and acres of land, even places in the Amazon, are being burned down and cleared so that we can have cattle on there just to be raised to be killed. And it's really sad. Like, we're literally physically killing the environment. It's healthier for you. Again, there are so many, I think, wrong information and myths and things that we were taught growing up, like milk being so good for you and you have to have milk, and the only way you're going to get protein is if you eat meat. And it's just so wrong and disgustingly wrong that it's sickening. And you know, it was just so bad. And the things that you're eating, the things that you're putting in your body are genuinely what you become. So the same way you like read information and you see information and the people you hang around or whatever you may believe, what you eat is also what you become. So I wanted to be clear and feel good on every aspect of my life, and I just said I'm gonna cut it all out. I definitely do not regret that, and my daughter is actually vegan as well. So when her dad and I were together, he went completely vegetarian, and that was awesome because his sister went vegetarian, he went vegetarian, a couple of my friends have gone vegetarian, but because her dad also went vegetarian, he was really open to the idea of her being vegan. So even when she's at his house, I know that she's not eating any of that. So since she's been born, she's never had any meat, any animal product, and she is thriving. She's super smart, she's great, she's a good kid, and she's healthy. So before anybody complains that I'm depriving my kid, she's perfectly healthy. She still eats the same things, you know, she still has chicken nuggets and meatloaf and stuff that we make. It's just cruelty free, it's better for the environment, better for her health. Again, if you're interested in a vegan video, this is something I could clearly talk about for a long time, so you know, drop a comment if you'd want to hear more about that. All right, another question was, how do you stay so positive? Well, first of all, that's very sweet. But I do want to be completely honest, like I have days where I'm not positive. So just because I get on my videos and I'm super happy and like this, I'm not always positive. I do have days where I'm just not in a good mood, and that's normal and that's perfectly okay. And I always say that it's important to go through the motions. I have times where I don't want to talk to people. Thankfully, I don't suffer with any sort of depression or anxiety or anything like that, but I do have normal days where I'm agitated, I'm annoyed, I'm in a bad mood, and I'm not always super positive, but I do stay positive for a couple different reasons. One, I genuinely just like being happy. I like laughing till I cry, I like smiling, and I like being able to be a light in people's lives. So I don't want to be this negative Nelly who's just so depressed and so sad and upset with my life and not able to move past things and get over things that makes me want to be even more grumpy, because I want to be happy. I want to enjoy my life while I'm here. You only have one chance. So it's important to me to enjoy it and not only be here to be here, but have fun and be happy while I'm here. And the other thing is, I really do believe that how you react to people can save a life, or it could really harm somebody's life. So I do choose to be a bigger and better person in 90% of the situations. There have been times, and I've grown out of these times, but there have been times where I was not the bigger person, or I absolutely would lose my mind just from bottled up anger or whatever the case was. And I've learned to deal with a lot of those things much, much better than I did back then. But being able to be the light and be good things for people is really important to me, because I've seen how even those 1 to 2 minute videos I was doing on Facebook, people were reaching out to me telling me that they woke up in a better mood, or they were able to have a good day, or they were able to stop themselves from having suicidal thoughts just from watching these videos. So yes, I choose happiness and I choose positivity and goodness and being kind, because that's what the world needs. And lastly, I truly, truly do believe in karma. I believe in the universe working with you, whatever that thing is, that is what that means for you. I believe in that. And I mean that because I've always been the bigger person. I've been the nicer person with certain people in my life. And not in a cocky way, in the most humble way possible, but I've always won. You know, I've always had better outcomes. I've always had a better life. I've always had better things happening to me, I guess I should say, because I'm nicer and I'm putting out better things in the universe. I've gotten the house, you know, I've always gotten the new job. I have great friends, and it's like, because I'm putting that energy back into the world, the energy is returned to me, and I'm getting great and happy things. Where some people who were just really nasty or really mean to me, or just bad people, period, did not get the lucky end of the stick. And I've seen it. I've seen it alive. I've seen it happen over and over again, not just one person. But I've seen that really unfortunate turn of events, or you can call it karma, whatever, happen to certain people who are just so negative and they're mean. And I just don't want to be the negativity. I don't want to be the darkness in people's light. I do want to be the positivity and the happiness and the good things. So I appreciate people who appreciate that, and I really do try, but I want to kind of just again remind you, it's normal not to always be so positive. And you guys may see me on here some days and I'm not having a really good day, but I always choose to not allow things to ruin my day. I don't really like to let things ruin more than 5 minutes of my life, because a waste of my life, and I don't like to waste my life. I like to be happy. So yeah, living through your emotions is super important, and understanding that you're not always going to be happy, but having the power and the strength and the choice to choose happiness and positivity versus living in the negativity and being the mean and the rudeness in the world it's super important. So that was a good question. Thank you. And the last one, which was perfect for the last one, was where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years? And honestly, I don't know that question. So I struggle with that a lot because I don't know. I'm working now. I'm in school. I'm doing YouTube. I actually have another business for creator. It's called Creator Critters. So it's a little family business that my mom and I have, where you basically can hand stuff your own stuffed animals and you can dress them, and it's really fun. And it's a business that we've owned for quite some time. So I'm doing that as well. I'm obviously a mom. I'm a dog mom. I'm a cat mom. I just have a lot going on, and I don't really know where I see myself. My idea for YouTube, let's start with YouTube, is I really want this channel to grow into something where it's more like of an interview setting, and you guys get to hear so much from different people, where it's not just me talking, but you get to hear about other people and the things that they've gone through and how they've been able to do better with their life. And my cat's coming up here now, 2 of the fur babies. So I really wanted this channel to grow into something like the Red Table Talk. If you're familiar with Jada Pinkett Smith, her channel or her thing that she has on Facebook, which is basically her mother and her daughter being able to talk, and they bring on guests all the time and they talk real life things, and that's where I see my YouTube going. I would love to be in public speaking and to be able to go to places and visit places and do motivational speaking and be able to help people with their mental health, be able to help people with just having a better life and being the best version of themselves. And that's ultimately the goal for me. I don't really have a big, like, I want to have 6 figures or I want to have this car or whatever the case is. Of course, I have some visions and dreams when it comes to materialistic things, but I think really in the next 5 to 10 years, I really just want to have my fingerprint where I'm at and hopefully expand that globally, or whatever the case is. Where I'm meant to be is where I'm going to be. I truly do believe that. So that's where I see myself, I think, and just making a difference however and wherever I can. I would like to grow my business. I would love to grow my YouTube. And, just be the best mom that I can be the best person that I can be. And I believe that what's meant to be for me will find me, because right now I'm not 100% set on where I want to be or what I need in my life, but it'll find me, it'll come to me. And I hope it's doing something that I really do enjoy, which is talking and being here for people and being the light. And I would like to see that happen. So, good question. All right, well, that was fun. That was my first kind of tag. So thank you again for everybody who asked me questions on my Instagram and Facebook, and I think I got a couple on Snapchat as well. So thank you guys. That was fun, and I'm glad that some of them were Christmas related, so I can use it for Vlogmas. And I know we are on day 7, so it's going quick-ish. Are you guys ready for the holidays? I want to hear what you're ready for. So just to kind of let you guys know what's to come on the channel, I really am going to do an array of different videos for Vlogmas. So we're going to have videos about like the Amazon gift ideas that are on Amazon for under a certain price. I have making vegan cookies, because that was actually requested. I want to talk about like the gifts that I got my family, but they watch my channel, so it would need to be like a little bit closer to Christmas so they don't watch it. And then again, to talk about what I spoke about with more people on my channel, I actually have my first 3 interviews set up, guys. I'm super excited for that. I have my first 3 interviews set up and ready to go with some very, very inspirational people that are just working through the community to make a difference, and some of which have their own podcast, some of which own their own business, and they're all just great people, and they're doing amazing things in the community. So I'm excited to sit down and talk with them. I'm excited for you guys to meet them and really be able to hear from other people, their journey, and I hope that also serves as an inspiration for you as well. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here because the video is getting a little bit longer than I expected it to, and of course because I talk a lot. But I'm gonna get out of here. Never forget how loved you are. You are seen, you are heard, you matter deeply, and I love you guys. Thank you guys so much. Make sure that you subscribe if you have not already, because I'm just gonna tell you again in the next video. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.